The president. WEFM is SVG.
The time is now 9:20, and before we get into our Talk to Me segment, just like to remind the listeners that the Searchlight Midweek is now online. Here are the stories. New activities on the cards for National 9 Mornings Festival. Salvation Army kettle thief placed on bond. Mothers in despair as 2 more killings bring homicide count to 52. Read the circumstances surrounding all 4 shooting incidents. Youth showing increased interest in HIV exposure drug as numbers increase. Son who stole $176,000 from his mother given a second chance. $5 more for public assistance recipients as payments switch to cards. Venezuela claims large support for annexing oil-rich Guyana territory. Prime the Pump discusses the perils of false perceptions, more sports, and Kitchen Corner. Remember to check out our video stories on YouTube and download the free Searchlight app to access our e-paper and get breaking news and updates. Searchlight, journalism you can trust. Check us out online at searchlight.vc.
3, 2, 1. WEFM is SVG.
Activated mornings on WEFM 99.9 is on now.
I was just waiting for you to jump to that part of it.
Good morning, siblings and grenadines. It's time for our open forum segment, our Talk to Me As You May, where you call in, you up number to call 5799997. Also the number to WhatsApp 4579997. We're live on YouTube and Facebook. This is usually the segment where we allow callers to give their thoughts, opinions. They allow us to discuss it.
From Kieran. One pull up I'm going to get from Karen. But anyways, yes, go ahead.
Obviously, because that was me.
Me,
And
myself, and I is all I got in the end. This is what I found out. You don't know I could sing, right?
Everybody could
Beautiful.
sing but me. Everybody could sing but me. But yeah, so we wanted to talk about Christmas, given that 9 Mornings a launch. And if you go to One News, their Facebook have a number of photos from the 9 Mornings launch last Sunday. It was absolutely beautiful. It looked like it was really great, and I feel like I missed out not attending. But before we get into that, we have a comment here by Joshua. Excuse me. How would you deal with gender-neutral bathrooms in our schools? Roleza?
We're not dealing with it. That's just what it is. We're not ready for that discussion in the Caribbean. I am not ready for that discussion in the Caribbean.
Good morning, George Valentine.
There are still 2 sexes in my eyes, right? Male, female. That's it. Short and to the point.
Naturally, there are 2 sexes. I don't know. Sometimes I just feel like America. Some of these progressive countries way too free for me.
It's a bit liberal. It's yeah.
No, they have nothing to fight for. They fight there.
There was a story about Russia. Oh gosh, something with the LGBT.
Yeah, they banned it.
Right.
But they're saying that the department that brought forward the issue doesn't exist. But a lot of Russia should feel away because there are a lot of Russians also in the progressive world in the UK, in different parts of Europe, in Canada and the US.
Yeah,
and I'm pretty sure they would influence persons in their motherland, vodka. But if I ever was to go to a school, and I don't have children, but if I had children and see a gender-neutral bathroom, I would lose my senses.
Yeah,
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I'm not in agreement for it.
Are you kidding me? Imagine in a school like Emmanuel or convent. Yes, these co-ed schools.
Oh, convent Mespo.
Convent Mespo.
Okay.
at these co-ed schools, my Form 1 daughter goes into the bathroom and there is a Form 5 man in the bathroom with her. Lord have mercy.
You said a Form 5 man?
Yes.
Past age 18, you mean?
No,
When
no,
you said
no.
man. Oh, you just mean male?
Remember the whole idea of the gender fluid bathroom to accept
That's
gender.
why you said
gender
man. I don't know.
fluidity.
I don't equate. Okay, because you use man and not male.
Sorry.
Right. Yeah. So it
Sorry.
confused me for a
Male.
second. Right. Sorry.
Male. Male. A Form 5 male who has encouraged upon himself that he is a female.
Let me tell you, I know we strayed a little bit from the topic, but there was always, and I always remember this episode of Law and Order SVU, right? There was a guy who was transitioning to female. Why are you so cute? I think it was a real story. But anyhow, I tell you, it was one of those stories that it brought out so much emotion in me because I didn't know how to feel. So he was transitioning into becoming a female. So he had the physical attributes of question of which prison should we place him in.
That was a real thing, you know.
I know. And guess the prison that they placed him in?
The woman.
They placed him in the male prison.
Oh, that's good. There's a man.
I don't know. Listen. As much as I cannot advocate gender neutral bathrooms.
It's a man.
I thought that in that particular situation, they should have had him segregate. Even if you put him in the male prison, they should have had him segregated so that he wasn't among the general population. Because guess what happened to him? He was sexually brutalized. And near death's door. And one of the first situations where that whole question of where do such persons or where should such persons go came to my attention because I felt it. I mean, that particular episode of Law and Order was just so emotional for me. What you looking for?
According to The Guardian, in 2018, a predatory and controlling rapist has been jailed for life after she attacked vulnerable women in female prisons. Karen White, 52, was described as being a danger to women and children, admitted to sexually assaulting women in a female prison and raping other 2 women outside of jail. Make sure. Yes, she's a transgender prisoner.
Yeah, I think that this should be segregated. But I know that's going to be that whole question of human rights and why denying them access to the general population and all of that. But for that particular guy who went to the male prison looking like a female, I felt it for that particular episode.
Here's another one again. Trans woman guilty of raping 2 women remanded in female prison in Scotland. This one is 2023.
Yeah.
Come on. Yeah. If it's a man, if you go to the man jail, it don't matter how you feel inside. So if I'm an Asian, I commit a crime. If I feel like a Vincent inside, I should be sent to St. Vincent to sit in
I don't know. Ari's a little different in this situation. I just think that maybe having separate cells for them would be different.
Humbug. Bah humbug.
All right.
I've said no matter how one tries to change their outer appearance, you are born a male and dressed like a female, your DNA remains the same, and vice versa. Thank you, Anne, for that contribution. I 100% agree with you.
All right.
Get that out of here.
All right. So let's go back to a happier topic. Christmas. Right. So as Ari was saying, we have the topic of Christmas at this time. And I guess we're just trying to get a general sense or feeling from persons. Does Christmas feel the same to you? Right? You have me here just what you're looking up at the other.
I don't feel like I'm the best person to talk about Christmas because for the past 5 years I haven't been really having a real Vincent on Christmas.
So when you were in Taiwan, how was it what was the Christmas feeling like then?
Taiwan don't believe in Christmas. It commercialized like everywhere else, but we were going to school Christmas Day.
Yeah, but no, in Taiwan, there's a celebration in January. There's something that happens in January.
I'm not sure what you're talking about, but in January is usually where the semester ends and we break. I think it's early February that it's Chinese New Year. That's a huge celebration.
Right. Okay.
But outside of that, yes, you're going to see Santa Claus. Yes, you're going to see lights. Yes, you're going to see presents. But Christmas is a Western thing. So they don't acknowledge Christmas as a holiday and all that.
Mhm.
We're going straight to school, you know, we exams is a regular day.
Mm,
It's a regular day in Taiwan.
okay.
So Christmas, if you have friends, if you have Western friends,
Mhm.
Vincentians, different people from the Caribbean, Europeans, but they will put together different Christmas dinners and that sort of
Mhm.
thing, but it just ain't the same.
Okay.
The embassy, I almost forgot to say, the embassy usually has a Christmas gala and dinner for students.
Mhm.
But you know,
But were you homesick? You felt homesick at Christmas time though?
I don't really feel homesick when I leave St. Vincent, but I do miss my friends. But my friends don't even live in St. Vincent, so I can't say I felt homesick, if that
Okay.
makes sense.
All right. Well, so we're just throwing it out there because I don't know if it's just me. No, the thing of it is I've never really been a Christmas person.
I am.
You are?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that many times when I made the effort on account of my niece because I think that she should experience it a bit, right? I just think for me as an adult, it's just expensive. I think one to been a decrease, let's say, in the celebratory mood of Christmas in terms of doing little activities. Like, so I observed that there were a few buildings in Kingston that were lit on Sunday, right? Now passing through town over the years, it's not as pretty as in years gone by. There were times when we were younger, mommy would take us in town and we would go window shopping. Right now, I wonder how many persons actually do that, or maybe they do that during 9 mornings. Wow, what
What
happened?
happened to the 9 mornings talk at Sandhill?
You commented that it's not the person people told you it's not a turkey. You refuse to believe
Is
that it's not a turkey,
is that
so
talking?
they've taken it down. Are you going to complain
I
that they've taken
wasn't.
it down?
I wasn't the one.
You were the one.
Told
Don't
them to
let me go
take
back
it
and look for
down.
the
I was
videos.
saying it do look nice and it's a turkey,
Yeah,
but a lot of people felt the same way. So I
yeah.
guess
No,
that's why they took it down.
I'm in agreement with you. It did
But
look
they
like a
should.
turkey,
But
but whatever.
they should put it back. It's Christmas now.
Yeah, it's Christmas, but
Maybe they should make it look more like a chicken. Well, I
right.
do think that should be there in town instead of the big Santa Claus on Jacks. I don't know. I'm not really pro
Or
Santa Claus
Santa
as it relates
Claus.
to
Yeah.
Caribbean Christmas
What I
traditions.
am not in favor of is anything related to snow. I don't want to hear any Christmas song related to snow. I don't want to see any kind of snow um, ornaments or whatever. I don't want to see that. We cannot identify with that. I think
Yeah.
that had always bothered me before, right? But I try to understand if people actually in this Christmas period. Like I know, I remember the initiative that was started. What was it? I think it was after Sufra and after COVID, where they said the string of lights, where persons were encouraged to put up at least a string of lights. And even in my community of Clear Valley, there's only what I probably need to look out again, but there was only one house that I've seen who has up their Christmas lights. So I am wondering, is it that person's? I know we have to also factor in the topic of the economics of the situation, right? Now, yes, we might want to encourage persons to put up Christmas lights, but when you had to pay your Vinlet bill on a regular month, it's people cry out, much less to have to put up lights, keep on lights, and then encounter the costs that you're going to
But
meet at the end of
then I
December.
thought Vin like allow certain things so people could think during
That's the thing.
Christmas.
I'm not sure if it's a case where it would apply to all households, or maybe it's a case where, like those homes that generally decorate to be judged for the lighting activities. We probably need to get some clarification on that. But I think there is some sort of concession you have to write to them. But I mean, if we're looking to have a lot more homes, not necessarily a part of the judging for 9 mornings, etc., or Christmas activities, if we're looking to get a lot more homes participating, people have to look at the finances of the situation.
I have an update for you in regards to the first conversation. Someone says I work in the prison system and they do separate them from all other prisoners and they get their meds to continue their transition.
Okay. Thanks for
Meh,
that update,
meh.
Kojo.
And says Roleza, I love snow. You have to come and celebrate
No,
with me.
please.
You have
And
experience snow?
listen to Ari. We just come in here, and I always telling you about the AC, right?
Mm.
I am here in Shipren, and I am not going anywhere that has snow. I
Have
am
you
sorry.
experienced snow?
No, I have not. I do not want to experience snow, Ari. Anything that is related to the cold, keep me away from it.
Listen, snow.
And thanks for the invite, but sorry.
I like that and like snow. It's crazy to me because snow is horrible. It It's horrible. See the pictures are like so beautiful.
And
You
ma-
should
and-
see that in real life.
and running
It's
on to
not
make
nice.
and running on to make snow angels. Y'all keep me away
It
from
is
that.
not nice. Snow is like slushy.
Mhm.
You can fall, hurt yourself.
Mhm.
It's dirty. When vehicles drive through it, is brown. It is
Mhm.
not nice. We need to look at realistic pictures of these states or these countries that experience snow. It ain't nice. Snow nasty. It is nasty.
Well, listen, a friend of mine posted a video yesterday, right? No, he lives in Canada. And he was commenting that he couldn't go to work because he was snowed in his vehicle and
It
he
ain't
had
nice.
to be shoveling it. Now the thing of it, what caught me, Ari, is that he did a pan. He panned the neighborhood. And all I'm seeing is white, gray, brown, and a little bit of red coming through. And I'm like, this looks so dismal.
It
Like
ain't
I
nice.
I cannot live
It
in
ain't
those
nice.
coming places.
It ain't nice.
I'm not going.
It ain't nice. It ain't nice. And imagine it freezing and you're out there shoveling.
Yeah.
Nope. It ain't nice. And say she go out and lay in it. Nope. It ain't nice. I am anti-snow. I like to watch snow, for instance. So if I watching it on TV, it's nice.
So I saw an image yesterday of somebody in a house, like maybe like a guest house or something, but it was full of glass, right? The walls were literally made of glass, and you saw the snow coming down. That I can appreciate, right?
Yeah, from a
Because I'm
distance.
inside.
From a
I'll
distance.
be inside, but to go in, no,
Someone
thank
says snow looks beautiful after it just falls. Once it clean up, it's a mess. Once it falls, like just as soon as it falls, it is so nice to look at. But then when you face reality, it's nasty. Snow ain't nice. The amount of people that's hurt themselves.
And I
It
keep
ain't
saying,
nice.
as a West Indian, keep me out. I need to experience sunshine. I need to see green. I need to see beautiful trees all year round. I don't want to have to experience it.
Could you say that's why I live in calm California? You don't like it. Good
Yeah.
morning, Rose.
All right.
Listen, snow is not. I don't know. People be like, I hope there's a white. No, keep that away from me. Snow ain't nice.
You did not experience the volcanic eruptions,
No.
right? You didn't. And I would tell anybody, y'all did not miss anything, right? Because I'm not necessarily liking it to snow necessarily, but when you just see that place looking hazy and gray and looking like an apocalypse happened, keep me away. I don't want to have to experience another volcanic eruption. And I don't want to experience snow. So yeah. Right. But to get back to the whole Christmas feeling. Yeah, as I said, we also have to look at the economics of the situation because, as I said, I am wondering if persons are actually getting into that Christmas vibes. Again, we have to look at, do persons even have the spending power that they
Ooh.
would have had in the past, or have things become so much more difficult? You tend to see that businesses pick up, let's say, coming down closer to, well, let's say after they've been paid their Christmas money, or even coming on closer to Christmas Day itself, from a business standpoint, like how are businesses faring at this time in terms of persons actually, let's say, placing orders, putting in their orders in anticipation for Christmas. I think that you tend to do it for children. You want to do it or make the best of it for children, but as an adult, I literally could not be bothered. I'm gonna tell you a story. So as I said, I didn't celebrate Christmas growing up because of economics. Mommy didn't have it, and she never forced it, and I could appreciate her for never forcing it. So the first year that I was working, I wanted for all of us to experience that whole Christmas feeling of changing curtains, cleaning the house, being tired the day before Christmas, having a nice lunch and that kind of thing. And Ari, I tell you, by the 27th, I realized I was broke. I was properly broke. And I said at 18, never me again going to put myself in this situation. And then I wonder about people who do this year after year after year. When January literally has 90 days, you go through 90 days in January, and I'm thinking, but is it actually worth it? But
Glad I don't have no children because boy.
wait till they have you. You would kind of feel like a sense of obligation, but I think it's been
my bloodline will die with me.
I think it's been responsible in terms of knowing what it is that you can actually afford.
I will be the last.
You have godchildren?
There will be no other chance.
You have godchildren?
I do.
You do. So don't you feel a sense of obligation to get them something at Christmas time?
They live in overseas, their currency higher.
Mm-mm.
I'm going to buy things. I work in for EC. You live in your parents working in US. I said love is free.
So you have to look at the economics of it. But I think there are many persons who look forward to Christmas, who look forward to the anticipation and the work that is involved. I don't know why, but I know some persons like the whole brand new feeling of waking up on Christmas Day and seeing everything different. The cleaning I could never understand. Excuse me,
Love is
because
free.
I always see the people who actually do that intense cleaning for Christmas. I'm sure the same people who wake up on a Saturday morning bright and early to clean their house. It's like, how much more cleaning you really need to do, But there are persons who go all out, take up everything, and all that mess. I can't see myself doing it. I just think it's too much work.
Yeah, well, the time is now 9:40, and it's time for our community dateline.
All righty, let's go.
99.9